Chapter 7. Bernardo lay on his back in the middle of Raul's bed. He was still feeling the effects from the nearly 2 bottles of rum but mostly Raul, had consumed. He looked up at the ceiling and watched the shadows move with the moonlight. He tried to close his eyes, tried desperately to sleep, even for a little while. But his mind wouldn't let him. Even with the rum, every time Bernardo closed his eyes, all he could see was the image of himself rutting like an animal behind Raul. One hand clasping his shoulder, the other entwined in his hair as Raul shouted for him to fuck harder. In fact, everything Bernardo had been commanded to do, he had done. From the deep, hurried kissing to the desperate licking and biting of Raul's neck, sucking on the flesh until Bernardo left marks.
But did he really command me? Was I really only doing what he wanted? Or what I wanted?
Bernardo thought back to all the times they had met, all the times they had ever argued. There had always been tension between them. Sparks had always flown in some form or other. He had never been able to understand why he could detest such a man, yet be so attracted to him at the same time. Even when Raul, who still looked like the long-haired, blue-eyed demon he had been in his 30s, wasn't begging Bernardo to fuck him harder, deeper, to treat him like a whore, Bernardo still craved to dominate the one man who could drive him to that sexual frenzy where nothing mattered but the animalistic grunts and groans, the slapping of skin on skin, the smell of their sweat, and the two of them coming together, spent. Ashamed of the way his body and cock always betrayed him, sick of the desire welling inside his veins, Bernardo shifted and tried to get out of bed. Slowly, carefully, he pried apart Raul's long fingers, which had wrapped around the length of his now hardening cock. Bernardo gently moved Raul's dark blonde head from his chest so he could slip from beneath the man's weight. He sat up at the side of Raul's bed. The room seemed to sway, and Bernardo felt as if he were still on the ship. He tried to stand, but as he did so, Raul grabbed his wrist and held him.
And where do you think you're going?
I really should be going home. It's very late, and I'm tired after such a long trip.
And?
And this needs to stop. We've done what you wanted. The loan is paid in full. I don't think we need to do this anymore.
Do you really think this is about the money I loaned you?
If it's not about the money, then why have we been...
fucking? Let's just say I enjoy your company.
I need to go home. I need to get some sleep.
You're more than welcome to stay here with me. Come back to bed. Lie down beside me. I'll help you fall asleep.
Bernardo wondered why Raul's will always seemed to overpower his own. He wanted to stand, get dressed, and leave. He wanted to walk out of Raul's house and never come back. Financially, Casa Rodrigo was free. Tonight's encounter had been the last installment of a loan payment. Their agreed-upon conditions. Nothing more. Wasn't it? Yes, there was a part of him that enjoyed debasing himself by treating Raul like the prick he was, but Bernardo always wound up feeling disgusted for giving in so easily, and yet he enjoyed it so. Was that why Adelina detested Raul so much? It couldn't just be the slavery issue, could it? Or did she perhaps see the sexual attraction in his eyes for the man she could not stomach? Raul lay on his side, propped up on his elbow. He stroked the hair on his forearm, teasing. Bernardo told himself to stand, but was too dizzy to move. That and his cock had a mind of its own.
God damn you.
Bernardo, how long have we known each other?
I don't know. 20, 25 years.
30. In that time, have you ever seen me with a woman?
Not for any long period of time.
Did you ever stop to wonder why?
Raul reached out for Bernardo's hand, but Bernardo pulled it out of reach. Raul reached farther and placed a hand over Bernardo's.
The women I like are submissive. The men, I like my men with some fire to them, a little spunk and bravado, even if it's forced. And I especially like you.
Bernardo looked at Raul. His body was illuminated by the moonlight streaming through the window, but his face was in shadows.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Just give in. Stay. You know you want to.
The ache and longing in Raul's voice worked on Bernardo like a soft, wanton caress. It all but consumed him. Bernardo's breath caught in his throat. He allowed himself to be pulled gently back to bed, as if in a trance, and Raul was instantly on him.
Dios mío. Era increíble.
Bernardo gave a little gasp and spread his legs, giving Raul full access. He sighed as Raul luridly ran his hands over the tops of his thighs. Greedily, hungrily, expertly, Raul swallowed Bernardo to the base and shoved his hands beneath Bernardo's buttocks, cupping them. Raul pushed Bernardo's hips up, encouraging him to thrust. The rum took over and pushed reason aside. Bernardo grabbed hold of the back of Raul's skull and gave him what he wanted, rough. He tried to pull away, but Bernardo held him down. Gasping, he eventually managed to pull away. He toyed with Bernardo as he lifted his legs into the air.
¿Cómo me vuelve loco? No entiendo. Pero, ay, Dios mío, lo que necesito.
Bernardo moaned as Raul's tongue found that most sacred part of him and licked.
No, don't. Stop. Please, we shouldn't.
You act like you don't like what we're doing. But there you are, holding your legs up for me.
You son of a bitch. What is it that you do to me?
Does it matter? The point is that I do it to you. Whatever it is, and that you like it.
Raul moved one hand to Bernardo's tailbone. With his other hand, he held Bernardo's cock up in the air. He licked at the head and teased it, tasting the clear, thick liquid on his tongue. Raul slobbered over the head of Bernardo's cock, then rammed his middle finger inside. Bernardo gasped. His lean, still well-muscled body went taut as he writhed and tried to wriggle away from the pressure he suddenly felt in that spot. That wonderfully magical spot.
Say it. Come on. You know you like it. Say it. I want to hear you. Admit to me, Bernardo. Admit you enjoy having sex with me. That you enjoy all the wonderfully disgusting things that we do together.
No, I won't.
Let yourself go. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you tell yourself. Because no matter how much you deny it, you know you want it. You know you want me. You know you have to have it. Deep down inside, you will always be mine. And I will always be yours. Even if it can never truly be.
Bernardo growled as Raul shoved yet another finger inside. His hunger had taken possession of his body and was now in control, lost in his pleasure. He pushed all fear, shame, and doubt aside. He allowed himself to do exactly what Raul wanted, to give in. To admit he loved the sex between them, the incredible exchange of energy that flowed like molten lava through his veins, his flesh, and even his brain. His heart raced as Raul rolled him over. The blood pumped loudly in his ears, and he felt, more than heard, Raul's spit land on his hole. He felt Raul pry him apart, felt the man's face as he buried it deep inside his buttocks, felt that magnificent tongue drilling wildly into him. The head of Raul's cock, smaller than his own but thick, pressed against him. Raul unceremoniously pushed as far as he could without regard for the pain he was causing.
And you thought we were finished. You thought once you paid me that you could go, never to have sex with me again, didn't you?
Bernardo responded by lifting his ass to greet Raul's forward thrusts. Almost instantly, Bernardo moaned, his body shivering and convulsing, writhing beneath Raul. As his breathing normalized, Raul pulled out. Bernardo gasped, stunned as always at the dull, throbbing ache that followed. Raul felt the head of Bernardo's cock, his shaft, his balls. He felt the damp spot on the bed between Bernardo's legs.
You came without touching yourself. Have you any idea how that excites me?
In the moonlight, Bernardo watched as Raul, his neighbor in Spain, his wife's mortal enemy, and Bernardo's very own weakness and cross to bear, brought his hand up to his mouth, sucked on each of his fingers, and licked his palm. He watched as Raul then lowered his hand to Bernardo's face. Without a word, he obeyed, enjoying the salty taste of Raul's sweat, his own cum. Raul curled up against Bernardo.
You know I own you, don't you?
What?
I own you, like I own my plantation, like you own yours, like we own our slaves.
What are you talking about?
We belong to each other, Bernardo. Just think about it. Buying out all those other dumb sons of whores in our joint venture. With our products and your business, we could become one. All the profit would be ours.
You're insane.
Am I? Then why do you not leave? I don't see you getting out of bed and putting your clothes on.
Hijo de puta.
Now that you've realized how much happier you are with me, how much more satisfied, now that you have admitted how much you enjoy sex with me, you'll never be able to go back to your pathetic little life or craving that whoring, self-righteous woman you call a wife.
You leave her out of this.
Raul rubbed his cheek and laughed as Bernardo hurriedly climbed out of bed and searched for his clothes. Raul only laughed harder. Bernardo dressed while watching out of the corner of his eyes as Raul stopped long enough to reach for the second nearly empty bottle of rum. He lifted it to his mouth, tilted his head back, and drained it. In a fit of anger, Bernardo strode to the opposite side of the bed and yanked the bottle away from Raul's lips. He tossed it into the air deftly. The bottle spun and Bernardo grabbed it at the neck, clutching it tightly. He lifted his arm.
Go ahead. Do it.
For the briefest of moments, Bernardo thought he saw relief in Raul's eyes.
I'm going to die sooner or later. Better it be by your hand than some other piece of garbage. Do it!
Bernardo lowered his arm, appalled. He flung the bottle across the room.
You piece of shit! You think you have the balls to kill me?
But Bernardo didn't let him speak. He was tired of hearing the man's voice, tired of being pushed around, walked on, forced through hoops like some little dog performing parlor tricks. No more. Those days were over. Without realizing what he was doing, Bernardo made a fist and pulled back.
Hey!
And despite the sudden pain in his fingers, an almost sexual satisfaction filled him as he stormed out of Raul's room, out of his house, and out into the night.